right, so check this out. If you're now moving freight and you have some income coming in, but you're bidding on all of the freight that you're moving, meaning every time you move a load from point A to point B, you have to bid against other freight brokers and other carriers, that's going to eventually run you into a big problem. And that problem is called income inconsistency. Quick illustration of what I mean when I say bidding. If you look on the screen, it'll show my TMS. And it'll show different loads that are available to me, but you'll see over here, all of these actions say bid. So I have to go in and bid on each of these loads. Yes, I want to have this as an option, but I don't want to have just this as an option. Because you're not going to have consistent income coming into your business if you have to bid against other freight brokers and carriers every time you move a load. Why is that? Because you're not going to always win. It's that simple. And of course, all of us start out there. We start out bidding on freight. That's just a part of it. And we'll always bid on freight, but I don't think we want to stay there as that being the only source of you acquiring freight because of the income issue. We want to have some different ways that we acquire freight. We want to have freight that's available and accessible without us having to bid on that freight. If you walk with me today, I'm going to show you exactly what I do instead. That way you can get a really good idea of what you're going to need to do in your business to move your business to the next level. So come on inside, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Now let's get down into the business. All right, so like many of you, one of the areas I struggled in when I first got started was keeping consistent income coming into my business. I could see the promise in the freight broker business. I was getting customers, I was moving freight, I was making money. But the problem is I had to do that all the time. I had to go through that bidding process all the time. I was saying to myself, this is going to really be a struggle to have to do this all the time. But I didn't know any other way. I didn't know another way of acquiring freight. But after about 2 to 3 weeks of moving loads with this one customer, they actually solved this problem for me. How did they do that? Well, very simple. After we had moved one lane and we moved that lane successfully for about 3 weeks, the shipper said, hey, would you be interested in going into contract on that lane? We would like to just give you that lane and you take care of that lane for the next 12 months. And I'm saying to myself, of course, where do I sign? So they sent over a contract, a 12-month contract saying this is the amount that we're paying in this lane and you have it for the next 12 months. So now I don't have to wait for any tender to come. I don't have to wonder whether we're going to get this load next week. Every single week, if that load moves 2, 3 times, 1 time a week, it belongs to Alliance Logistics because we are contracted for that lane for this particular company. Quick alibi fire. When you get contracts, are you going to be nervous? Are you going to second guess yourself and wonder whether you're going to be able to get loads moved, whether you're going to be able to get trucks when it's, on time every time? Yeah, you're going to be worried about that. But I would rather worry about having to get trucks for my loads than not having to worry because I don't have any loads. So we want to worry about getting trucks. That's just a part of it. Don't wait like we waited. You don't have to wait for the shipper to approach you on the lane. When you start moving a lane, you have sufficient capacity in that lane. You feel like that you can keep getting that lane moved and you're not going to have problems moving. Even if you think you'll have problems, that still shouldn't stop you from reaching out to that shipper and saying, hey, would you be interested in going into contract with us on this lane? We can provide this price to you moving forward if that sounds okay with you. What do you think? Now remember, the shipper is already moving that lane with you. They are obviously okay with the price because they're moving it. They're allowing for you to move it. So why not go into something a little bit more long term? That way it gives you more stability and it gives the shipper more stability because now they know exactly what they're going to be paying for that lane. Because remember, freight spin, freight spin, freight spin. It's like location, location, location in real estate. That's what it's all about with your shippers. They want to make sure that they stay within a certain freight spin. So if you can give them that consistency and say, hey, I can come in and move this lane at said price for the next 12 months, then they know exactly where they are. That price could or could not work out for them. But if it does, then you have a contract and now you can keep moving that lane and you got consistent income coming in because that's what a freight brokerage needs is consistent income. I don't want to have to start over every single week on every single lane, because then it's going to put my business in a jam. It's going to make it hard for me to keep money coming into the business. So I don't want to make it hard. I want to make it a lot easier for money to flow into the business. And the way we do that, or one way we do that, is with contracts. Another way that we do that is going to be a contract, but it's a different type of freight. It's called drayage freight. Now, the first time we just talked about is contract freight or dedicated freight. That's the first kind. The second kind that I'm talking about is still contract, but it's drayage freight. And drayage freight is simply, loads moving in short distance. We have a contract with a shipper that a load moves from the dry goods warehouse to the refrigerated warehouse. And that's about 7 to 8 miles. And all day we're moving that load back and forth. We're in contract with that shipper. It's called drayage freight. And we have a carrier that's designated for that lane, and he moves that lane every single day. He provides 2 trucks and 3 trailers for that lane. They're always there, and it's constantly moving. Now, here's the advantage for us as freight brokers with that. If we happen not to do well one week when it comes down to the freight that we're bidding on, we still have the freight that we're contracted with. That way, that money is always coming in regardless of whether we win or lose some of those bids. We're still getting the contract freight. We think it's essential. It's very, very important that, especially a new freight broker, you want to get contract freight as quickly as possible. Even if you're a little bit afraid that you're not going to be able to move the freight, don't worry about that. Get the freight and then do everything you can within your power to get it moved. Because if you have contracts, that means you have consistent income. And that's what it's all about. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I certainly hope this information has been helpful. Contract freight. That's the name of the game. Drayage freight, dedicated freight, whatever you have to do, get in contract, and then you'll have consistent income coming into your business. And if you want to learn more about the freight broker business, I'm going to leave a free link in the description. It's my 5-video series titled How the Load Movement Process Works. It'll give you a look into the freight broker business, let you see exactly how it works. Watch me in my office as I move loads, talk to shippers, talk to carriers. That way you can get a really good idea of how the business works before you come into it. And then if you want to know exactly how we use load boards to post our loads, to go out and get carriers, to go out and get rates in lanes, I'm going to show you exactly how we do that in this tutorial. So until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.